The axial skeleton consists of three parts: the skull, the vertebral column, and the thoracic cage. In this video, we will review the major bones of the skull. So the skull consists of two main sets of bones: bones of the cranium, which protect and support the brain, and bones of the face. The bones of the cranium are as follows: the frontal bone, the parietal bone. We actually have two parietal bones, the left parietal bone and the right parietal bone. The temporal bone, this is your left temporal bone. You have a second temporal bone. Here's your right temporal bone. And then in the posterior, you have your occipital bone. Again, your frontal bone, parietal bone, temporal bone, and occipital bone. Now you might notice these lines between the cranium bones. These are called sutures. Sutures are boundaries between skull bones. It is where the skull bones join together. They will help you distinguish between the different skull bones. There are 4 sutures that you need to identify. We have the coronal suture, which joins the frontal bone from the 2 parietal bones. We have the sagittal suture, which joins the right and left parietal bones. Notice that the sagittal suture lies in the sagittal plane, dividing left and right. You have the squamous suture, which is on the side of the skull, joining the temporal and the parietal bone on each side. So you have 2 squamous sutures. Then you have the lambdoid suture, which joins the occipital bone and the 2 parietal bones. Let's continue on with the bones of the cranium. You have the sphenoid, which you can see in the lateral view. Then you have the ethmoid, which you can see right here in the orbit, and also inside here. But you can also see these bones on a deep view inside the skull. Now we remove the top part of the skull and take a superior view, deep. We see the sphenoid bone, which has a center right here and spans laterally to either side. You can notice that it almost looks like the shape of the butterfly with the body and the wings. Then you can see the ethmoid bone. And then notice up here you have your frontal bone, and down here you have your occipital bone.